Hi guys, thanks for watching. I'm Saumya and I'm back with another video. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about a book that we have all been waiting for since the past 2 years, and it's finally here and I've read it. I'll be talking about Raavan Enemy of Aryavarta by Amish Tripathi. If you are a book lover and you love to read, then you should definitely subscribe to my channel Saumya's Bookstation, as I make loads of bookish content on this channel. And please do not forget to press the bell icon so that every time I post a video you get notified. And also, if you like this video, then please do share it and also give it a thumbs up. So as I told you, I am going to be talking about Raavan Enemy of Aryavarta by Amish Tripathi. Now this is the third book in the Ramchandra series and I read this one on my Kindle. So at this point in the video itself, I would like to answer a question that many people asked about Ramchandra series, which is that can the first 3 books in Ramchandra series be read as individual and standalone books? The answer to this question is yes, they can. Because while writing Ramchandra series, in the first 3 books, author Amish has followed a writing technique called hyperlink. And because of this writing technique, the stories in the first 3 books run parallel. In Scion of Ikshvaku, Amish Tripathi has talked about Ram's life. In Sita, Warrior of Mithila, the story is about Sita. And finally, Raavan, Enemy of Aryavarta, talks about Raavan. So these 3 books carry parallel stories about these 3 characters, and all these 3 stories converge at one common point. And in the 4th book, the story is going to move as a single story from that common point onwards. So yes, you can read these books individually. And if that's all you want to do, you can do that as per your interest. And in case you want to read the entire Ramchandra series as a whole, then of course it's more advisable for you to read all 3 books. Although even in that case, you do not need to follow the chronological order. You can pick up whichever book you want, as I told you, because these stories have parallel storylines. Raavan, Orphan of Aryavarta, focuses completely on Raavan's life and his personality, as is apparent from the name of the book itself. So this story talks about Amish Tripathi's interpretation and retelling of Raavan's personality, how he was as a child, how he was as a teenager, how he became as a proper grown man. So Raavan is born to Rishi Vishrava and his wife Kekasi, and even as a child, Raavan shows a lot of promise of brilliance and intellect. But along with that, another thing apparent about Raavan's character is that he's equally capable of being cruel to other creatures. So circumstances become such that after the birth of his brother Kumbhakarna, Raavan is forced to flee his father's ashram along with his mother and his brother and his uncle Marich. And a lot of difficulties obviously come Raavan's way, but he is shown to be the one person who never backs down. Raavan's character is shown to be extremely strong and of a person who doesn't get scared of difficulties, but he fights back. And how? In this story, we get to read about Raavan's rise to power as he goes on from being a smuggler to becoming a trader to becoming the Lord of Lanka, and how he does that with his cruel and ruthless ambition and his clear-minded approach towards life, which is being practical. Raavan, Enemy of Aryavarta, is my favorite book in the Ramchandra series. There, I have said it. The kind of grip that this book had on me as a reader was something which was far more than what the other 2 books had. Honestly, I had really liked Sita, Warrior of Mithila, but this book for me is on another level, and there are many reasons for that. For one, I love how Raavan's personality has been fleshed out. Time and again in the story, you see how Raavan can be ruthless, how disciplined he is, and how ambitious and how focused his mind is. So when you read those parts in the story, you come to the conclusion that Raavan is actually incapable of being kind or incapable of being compassionate. And yet, when you read about such portions in the story where you see him communicating with the people he cares about, you completely change your perception. For example, when you read about Raavan and Kumbhakarna's equation, that ends up moving you. That moved me. There were many times in the story that, despite knowing that how cruel Raavan can be at times, reading about his communication with Kumbhakarna brought tears to my eyes. Raavan's personality is very complex. To be able to pull something off like that, where author Amish has created his character with such contrasting personality traits, to be able to convince the reader of each and every aspect of his personality is no mean feat. and the way author Amish has done that in this book is absolutely praiseworthy, and I love this book for that. The story was moving at a very comfortable and a very enjoyable pace, because of which I wanted to know what's going to happen next. Kumbhakarn's character is the one that you really look out for. What makes Kumbhakarn stand apart is that despite being the brother of somebody as intimidating and as powerful as Raavan, he retains his own ideals and own principles and doesn't get swayed. His love for his brother does not let him diminish his own personality. Another thing that I have to mention is that in the story, again, like Amish Tripathi's other books, it is quite apparent that what is happening is a part of a much bigger scheme that nobody is able to see, but you as a reader are obviously privy to that because that's your advantage, and that is a good value addition to the story. What is an Amish Tripathi mythological fiction without an element of surprise? Raavan does not disappoint. More than once there are things that are revealed in Raavan that you did not really expect. I had formed my own explanations and reasons for certain things in the story, but as it turned out, I was wrong. And that made me really happy. It was really fun reading about Raavan. It's really fun always to read about somebody who is so sure of himself and who is so savage that he doesn't care about anybody else. Amish Tripathi has slipped in some dialogues from time to time that take you by surprise because they end up tickling your funny bone. It happened with me quite a few times, and I was happy that it did, because it's nice to get something light-hearted out of a book that is largely a serious read. Obviously, this book talks about how circumstances lead a person to become the way he is, but this book also, through its story, conveys the message that a lot of times, even though circumstances can be the reason why we turn out a certain way, a lot of it is our own choice as well. That is what he has shown through Raavan's character, and that is a lesson, that is a key takeaway from this book. So my conclusion for this book is that the only reason for you to not pick up this book is if you hate the mythological fiction genre, or if you are simply not interested in it. If you do not fall in that category, then there is no reason why you should not pick Raavan Enemy of Aryavarta, because it is definitely something that you can invest your time in. That was my review of Raavan Enemy of Aryavarta by Amish Tripathi. If you want to get your hands on this book, then please get it from my Amazon link. It will really help me. The link will be in the description box. I hope you liked and found this video useful. If you want to connect with me on my social media, the links are in the description. I'll see you in my next video. Till then, bye bye.